Before we start, slight plug. Check me out on Twitch, twitch.tv/Rivstur. Your one-stop shop for World of Warcraft, Demonology, Warlock PvP content. Today, I wanted to discuss the recent Dragonflight World of Warcraft Warlock Talents. Okay, so for 10.0, I guess the beta has been released. I noticed this last night, so I don't know how long they've been up for, but it's weird because I had been checking Wowhead for a while, and under Blue Post and under news, actually, I never saw anything regarding Warlock. I actually deadass never saw a talent tree even come up, but I was linked through Discord, the link to the 10.0 Demonology class and spec talent trees. So I'm going to just assume that this is kind of the official thing that we're working with. Obviously, things are subject to change. This is the first build of the talents, but from what I understand, these are accurate. Before, I'd seen like a speculation talent tree. It's none of that bullshit. Okay. So we will be reacting to this. I do want to kind of go over some things, talk about some things, and just kind of give my reaction overall to what I'm kind of seeing. So over here, obviously we have like our class tree on the left. So class tree on the left. So all Warlocks get this, regardless of spec, from what I understand, and it should be relatively the same. And then off to the right over here, we would have our Demonology specific talents. I won't talk too much about the Warlock class talents because like some of these are just like pretty basic, like Pact to the Iridar, we don't even know what this is going to do for Demonology. Inquisitor's Gaze, like, okay, we could potentially have an extra demon. That's really cool. I will note, like, I really like them keeping Decimating Bolt down here as a final option for the entire class because Destro even had options for Decimating Bolt builds. So I think that that's a good idea to probably keep that in the game. You know, we have things like Summon Jailer, like who knows what this is going to do. Dimensional Rift, apparently this is an ability from Legion, I guess. So nothing really too crazy to note. You know, Demonic Embrace as a talent. Nothing really surprises me, but I will say that there's one thing that really bothers me kind of. And you know what? It's not going to probably bother like almost everybody else, but I don't like that Soul Link now is, well, it's going to bother a lot of people. If you're a non-Warlock player, this is probably going to bother you, actually. So I will just kind of retract that statement. Every Warlock spec in the game is now going to get Soul Link.
Wow, devs, get out!
So we're going to, the return of Affliction, like Affliction heal, like drain healing, better fucking get addressed then because like, AF very quickly could just become the tankiest spec in the game. I don't really think that's fun. I don't think that's good at all. And Demonology, I was talking in a Discord call with, you know, some other Demonology players, and it's like one of those things where we were talking about how like Demonology has always been given extra tools like Soul Link, Felguard, Mortal Strike, right? Like stun, whatever, as a means to deal with the fact that fundamentally the spec was like janky and weird. You had more CC than everybody else because you did less damage. That was part of the balance. You get extra things at the cost of something. So that's balancing. That's balance. I look at it like they kind of took away Soul Link, and what did they give us? I mean, some of these talents, I will say, like, are very impressive. Like, they are kind of keeping a lot of the same abilities that we kind of thought they would keep, like FTS, right? Fel Commando, like Conduits from last season, Carnivorous Stalkers. These go baseline as talents now, which is great. I love the effects, and I didn't want to see them overhaul demo. That was one of my big fears. By the way, if you want to look at this, just go to the Wowhead beta for 10.0 and just look up 10.0 talent calculator. So from this right direction, it seems like it's going to be building your Felguard, which is cool. And then over here is going to be more of your Demon Bolt build, which I like that they kept along with the Deci Bolt, of course. They kept Soul Conduit, which is very cool as well. This is one of my favorite abilities, as watchers of my channel know, even though it's a non-meta talent, I just have fun playing it. Basically, nothing's being taken away, it doesn't feel like. See, look, we get like Spell Lock again. Every single Warlock, from what I understand as well, is getting the Demonology version of Spell Lock. So it's going to come from you, the player, not your pet anymore, which for people that are non-demo, so like for AF and Destro, I think of this as a nerf because your pet, a lot of times when you CC'd somebody, they could still CS you with your pet, with their pet. Now that's not the case. So I think that's kind of a nerf to AF and Destro because now there's only one source of needing, like, there's one source you need to CC. You don't have to worry about like their pet as well kicking you. But yeah, so like Soulburn, I don't know. This doesn't like, These are just, you're going to have to see with a lot of these abilities like Soul Burn. Like, I don't know what half this shit does. But yeah, so they're adding a bunch of stuff. I like that Banish and Greater Banish are a thing. I think talenting into Banish and then Greater Banish is very cool. But yeah, that's pretty much the extent of my caring about the Warlock class tree, because a lot of this is going to be utility and defensive. Over here, you get into the offensive. So I fucked around with the tree a little bit, and I pretty much resolved that I would do something like this. I would go... this is the build I'm going to find the most fun. I'll go this, so these four, that, probably that, just not going to lie. Shadows Bite, I remember this from BFA, and I liked it a lot. Born of Blood, Inner Demons, right? Grim Inquisitors, Dread Calling, Power Siphon, Implosion, probably Bale Spider. Now, one thing that's new, because obviously none of this shit's new. Like, none of the shit I just got is basically new. All of this is recap. Literally all of this is recap. This is new, Felon Steel, so Fellstorm, Dreadbite, deal 20% more damage. Cool, right? Demonic Meteor, this was a BFA Azurite power. I liked it a lot, so I play it. Shadowbolt and Demon Bolt have a 3% chance to reset the cooldown of Call Dreadstalker. That could be potentially disgusting, actually. Fell Sunder could actually be really strong as well. Each time Fellstorm deals damage, because this might be from this pet as well, the Grimoire. So I could see like that build right here, this being pretty strong. And then Imp Gang Boss is something I'm really interested in because I like imps a lot. I always have. I don't know why. This might be an improved iteration of like malicious imps. I'm not too sure. Or something similar where you proc bonus imps. You have a chance when you summon regular imps to summon additional imps. So Imp Gang Boss is really cool. So basically, yeah, summoning a wild imp has a 10% chance to summon an Imp Gang Boss. Okay, whatever. Then when imploded, an Imp Gang Boss will summon a wild imp. Well, I hope the Imp Gang Boss, I'm not on the beta, guys, because Blizzard fucking hates me and I never get on that beta or the alphas. But I'd love to have tested this out just to see if this does more damage, but this really should do more damage. I hope they really reward you for the Imp Gang Boss, because I'm going to be playing the quantity build, and I'm going to want to stack like armies of demons. I just think it's really fun. So I would probably go Demonic Strength here as well. And then potentially, you really are going to want Carnivorous Stalkers. So another thing that's interesting worth noting, so you have Demonic Tyrant here, and you have Nether Portal, so you can play both, and then you can play Nether Portal with Saxels, which is very interesting. So Nether Portal, Tyrant, and Saxels all together. There's another talent I really like called the Expendables. I think this is a really interesting talent. When your wild imps expire or die, your other demons are inspired and gain 1% additional damage, stacking up to 10 times. I think that's kind of cool, just in theory. I think it's a cool idea, and I really like imps a lot, so... it looks like I have 3 more talents. I also will say it was pretty smart to put Decon, of course, right at the bottom. Whatever, right? It's over here. It's out of the way. You can't really... I don't have enough points now at this point. Actually, fuck. If I put the next 2 points into this and then the final one down here, I could play like Wilfred's Sigil or Consumption. I like that they kept Wilfred's Sigil as an option. This Gul'dan's Ambition, I think this is really cool. When your Nether Portal ends, you summon a Pit Lord that gains power based on how many soul shards were spent. That could be another form of basically Tyrant, like Decon. It's basically Tyrant. Except, who knows what this Pit Lord's going to look like. I mean, a Pit Lord is like Manaroth. It's a huge-ass demon. I see this thing being powerful as fuck. I like it. I like it. The more demons we can summon, the better. That's super cool. So, and then a Pit Lord mob as well. You have to figure, like, it's not going to be a caster. You know, if it was, it would go against everything we know about what a Pit Lord even is. They always are huge-ass, bulking demons with, like, javelins or spears, and they're melee-based mobs. So this giant amped Pit Lord is going to be a melee-based mob, which is good because caster mobs seem to get kind of outplayed and countered in Arena. I also, you know, here's Forces of the Horn Nightmare. I would have liked to see that like over here instead of like Inner Demons or something. I feel like Forces should not be on this side. It doesn't make sense for the Demon Bolt build. Same with like Demonic Meteor. Like, why is this Demonic Meteor should probably go where this is or where this is, in my opinion. I don't know. Some of the placings for things I will probably say on the forums for them to switch around. I feel like you should be able to kind of build like, it might be intentional. Like, oh, you have to cross to this side to get the talent you want for this build that kind of predominantly exists over here. you know, there's going to be a couple talents over here that might make that better. Like, for instance, Command Aura as well. While your Felguard is active, your Wild Imps and Dreadstalkers have 7% increased haste and deal 5% increased damage. But that's a 2-stack talent, guys. So 14% more haste, 10% more damage. All your demons, your Wild Imps and your Dreadstalkers. Sorry, not all your demons, but might as well be all your demons, because Wild Imps and Dreadstalkers are like fucking 80% of your damage. So I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of, and then like Stolen Power. When your Wild Imps cast Firebolt, you gain an application of Stolen Power. See, this is going to be disgusting, in my opinion. After you reach 100 applications, your next Demon Bolt deals 50% increased damage, or your next Shadow Bolt deals 100% increased damage. I like this. I like this a lot. Because I don't know why. It's just so weird. It's so wacky. But they're really taking the Demon Bolt build to the next level. And I like that. I admire that a lot. I mean, honestly, I'd have to play with this more, you know, with these three, because I'm pretty dead set on these talents. Like, it feels like this would be very smart. But again, I have to play the game. I have to see how hard like Wild Imps are hitting. Like, maybe they nerf Wild Imps. Maybe they nerf, you know, the Felguard. Like, who knows? I will say that like some of these like Dreadstalkers effects stacking seem very disgusting because of some of these new abilities. Like the one where you can like reset the Dreadstalkers, was it right there? No. Where was it? It was like it resets the cooldown of your Dreadstalkers. Like, that's so fucking disgusting. Oh, it's right here. Shadow Bolt and Demon Bolt have a 3% chance to reset the cooldown of Call Dreadstalker. Like, dude, if you're playing full demon build, like dog build, because you have like you're buffing, you know, FTS through all of these different like Dreadbite damage, you know, like you have so many amps going on, and then you're also, you know, you get Carnivorous Stalkers, like you get all these disgusting ass things. Here's Grim Inquisitor's Dread calling for the dog build, and now there's a way for you to fucking just keep proccing and summoning just endless amounts of dogs. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, that's kind of fucking disgusting. Like, just summoning endless amounts of dogs, bro. Just, that is absolutely ridiculous. So with enough luck, you could realistically just keep proccing that back to back and summoning dog set after dog set after dog set. With this right here, this is basically our tier set. So Call Dreadstalkers has a 50%, but it's a 2-stack talent to summon an additional, so 100% chance if you put both in to give you 3 dogs. Like, absolutely fucking disgusting, guys. Absolutely fucking vile. So I mean, it's hard to see. It's hard to like assume what's going to be good right now, but there's a lot of really cool talents besides Hold This For Me. Well, I mean, I do like at the very bottom, while unarmed, your Felguard's basic attacks deal damage to all nearby enemies and attack 50% faster. I do like this talent because it makes literally absolutely no fucking sense. Why would, like, it makes sense why your Felguard would attack faster without a weapon, right? It would also suggest that he'd be doing less damage, but they don't nerf your damage because that'd be a shitty talent, right? I just think it's kind of silly for like my Felguard to be fighting somebody with his bare hands and doing more damage than with a fucking battle axe. That doesn't make any sense, but fuck it. I mean, cool, right? So you just have these final talents are really brilliant. Okay, you have the Nether Portal, then you have this Greater Nether Portal, summoning a fucking Pit Lord. Who knows how good that is? Then you have the Expendables, your end cap talent for imps. You know, so imps expiring, amps you. I think it's beautiful design. Absolutely beautiful. Very cool ability. I love it. Okay. You know, then you have your Decon or your Wilfred Sigil, both end cap talents you pick between. So it's actually impossible to play with both of these at the same time, which I think it's an interesting choice, Blizzard. It really is. It's an interesting choice because we got to see this interaction actually with our legendary Short Tyrant playing, because Tyrant this last season was, or Decon, sorry. When I say Tyrant, Big Tyrant, I mean that talent. We got to play with that as the final talent this season, and then Wilfred's was a legendary. So you can mix and match them. I don't know how people are going to feel about those being a pick, like a choose between, because they used to go together. Blizzard might be getting some feedback on that one. I don't know. I almost feel like you could possibly throw this, Hold This For Me. You could throw this like over here, and then you could just put Wilfred's over here. Or I more so even feel like Wilfred's would exist. I don't even know. Yeah, Wilfred's would go over here probably, and then tyrants over here. But yeah, so basically that would be your final, like, either you'd have 3 more. After everything I'd done, you'd have 3 more. So you'd be able to go into really any of these final cap talents. And then stolen power, I like another wild imp one as an end cap when you're wild imps, but this one particularly amps Demon Bolt, not like a wild imp overall increase. Amps Demon Bolt, very cool concept. I think stolen power is going to be really good, and I want to play it really fucking bad. Like, I really want to fucking play it. Because guys, this is going to be, it's whenever your wild imps fell firebolt. So there's a lot of synergy with like summoning a lot of imps, like having a high haste amount. So with this build too, you're probably going to want to get this talent, this command aura. I don't know. You're probably going to want that. So I don't know. There's going to be a lot of interesting builds, guys. It's hard to know. All right. Hard to fucking know, but I think they have the right idea. I just think there's a couple things like, well, I won't even say I think they have the right idea. I'll go as far as to say that I think it's absolutely brilliant. There you go, guys. There you go. I'm not going to hold or mince words or like hold anything back. Like, good job, Blizzard, on not just fucking everything up. Besides, guys, I don't like the Soul Link change, but I knew they were going to do it because back in the day, Soul Link used to be not Demonology specific. Yeah, so the idea of everybody having Soul Link is kind of really not fun to think about. But yeah, outside of it, man, I think it's amazing. With exception, I would just change around the order of certain things to just make more sense. I think like for kind of no, it's really weird. Like it just comes down to, it's like, boom, Nether Portal. Oh, now we're just like doing this Gul'dan thing. Like, which fine, the like greater Nether Portal ability is cool. But then why are these like abilities that belong like with Power Siphon and shit like this? Why is like Stolen Power not like here? You know what I mean? Or why is like Stolen Power here whenever Gul'dan's Ambition is closer to the abilities that are similar to it, right? Or like why is Forces here instead of over here? Like I could think of a lot of them, like this shit, Commandora. I don't know, because there should be this choice, like you should have to pick between certain things, but it's just, fuck, man. You don't get to play my build and still get Commandora. Which is kind of gutted, a little bit, guys. Kind of gutted. So we're just gonna have to see, man. But I think I think Blizzard changes around the order of a couple things, which I'm gonna put that on the forums. Shadow Bolt and Incinerate base damage has been increased. We've increased damage of Shadow Bolt and Incinerate significantly, lowered the modifiers from various talents. Our goal is for these spells to feel more powerful. Yep, cool. Vile Taint. Yeah, fuck all that shit, dude. Fuck this stupid spec right here, guys. If you can read, fuck this. Fuck that. That word right there, we don't care about that. Destruction, an alternative to Havoc. We are exploring an alternative to Havoc and Mayhem. Cool, we don't care. Alright, well, thank you very much for watching the video, guys. Stay tuned for more Dragonflight and World of Warcraft Demonology content. That is what I specialize in. I'm your one-stop shop for all things Demonology. So thank you very much for watching the video, guys. Let's look forward to Dragonflight, and let's give good feedback, aka the feedback I talk about in my videos, guys. It's up to us to give good feedback and to test the game out for those of you who have beta or alpha, you lucky fucking sons of bitches. And check out my stream, twitch.tv/Rivstur. Cheers.